What is up, boys? We got Thursday night football tonight, and as usual, I am freaking pumped to bring you 10x winners, guys. I already posted my 10x lock for tonight on my Instagram at Goldmine Sports Betting. All right, that's where I post my 10x locks. And if you have not been following me on Instagram, I have been hitting 10x, 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 guys. I'm betting $100 on each one of these because that's how confident I am. And I'm not putting a ton of them in, but I keep winning $1,000 over and over and over. It's been going really well, boys. Today in this video, I'm going to show you a little bit about my process and how I research these plays and how I kind of try to decide what's the best plays of the night, who am I locking in, most importantly, who am I locking in as my rocket boost on Better Fantasy, which is what takes our 5x three-man payout to make it a 10x three-man payout, all right? So before we get into it, guys, let's go back and take a look at some of my previous slips here, boys. As you can see, this was Sunday. I hit $100 into $500 right here. It was a 10x play, but Olave got hurt, so we don't know if I would have won that $1,000 or not. So I'm happy they voided him because he got hurt in the first half, and I walked away with $500. This one right here, guys, is another close one. I put 100 down to win 1,000. Tillman hit; he was my rocket boost. Barner hit, and Daniels came up about 27 yards short of $1,000, guys. So what you're going to notice about the way my slips go, guys, is that even when I lose very, very small. So this is another $1,000 winner. We hit Tank Dell as my rocket boost easily, guys. And that's what I'm so good at. I figure out which lines are so undervalued that we can take an additional bunch of yards to get the rocket boost play, and it's still going to hit. Tank went way over because the starting receiver for the Texans was hurt. I knew he was going to be the number one guy. Nope, I have not forgotten last year when he had so many 100-yard games. Rodgers, man, that one was a sweat. He hit it on the last throw of the game, but we'll take it. $1,000, boys. And then Mixon way over that line, guys. That line was way too low, but let's keep going here. Another one. Another 1,000. Should have been $1,000 winner, guys. Wandell had so Harris hit, Slayton hit easily. Wandell had like 6-7 catches, but he still only got 30 receiving yards. Like every time he caught the ball, he got tackled, and like right when he caught it, it was crazy. But yeah, so we're not gonna go over too many of these, but this one I hit 2 out of 3, should have been 1,000, 2 out of 3. I got $1,000 winner here, another $500 winner here. Ugh, hold on. I hate how it's only getting like part of my screen here. $1,000 winner right here, $500 winner right here, $1,000 winner right here, $200 winner. So you guys, I know what you might be saying. Well, he probably puts in so many $100 plays. No, that's not the case. I can show you. Look, I'm gonna click here where I lost. These are ones I've lost. So how many $100 bets, how many $100 to $1,000 winners did I just show you? A lot. Okay, I lost 100 here, 100 here, 100 here, 15, 50, 50, 10, another 100, 20, 50, 10, 100, 50, 25. So guys, it's not like I'm sitting here betting $100 like 10 times a day. I mean, I just showed you in the last couple weeks like 5 $100 winners, which is $1,000 each, right? So that's $5,000. So, and then I just showed you my $100 losses. There was what, like maybe 10 of them at most. So that puts me up $4,000, guys. All right, that's what matters. We're talking about profit here. Am I going to hit every slip I put in? Absolutely not. Nobody does. But am I going to hit enough of them to make me super profitable? Absolutely. All right. So what I'm going to do with you guys today, I'm super excited. We are going to get into some slips, and we're going to create some slips together for the Thursday night football Bengals Ravens game. All right. So first thing I like to do, guys, I like to go to the playerprop.shop.com, and that is where my research always begins. What is the Player Prop Shop? It's a website. They do not have an app. They post 30 to 50 plays a day, player props a day with full detailed write-ups explaining why it's a solid choice. So my research starts here. So you click daily player props. By the way, guys, they have a promo right now and it's not going to last much longer. It says first 100 people to use code Let's Win. You're going to get this subscription for $19.99 a month, guys. I wish I would have got on that before I paid full price. As you can see, the actual price for a month is 99 bucks. So you can get it for $19.99 recurring monthly subscription if you jump on it now. So let's go ahead and click daily player props and we're going to go to NFL. And we're going to see what they like tonight because they're smart people. And I trust their judgment and I trust their research. So that's where we start. So first, they like Derrick Henry under 93.5. It says he's averaging 116.9 yards per game. But in his last matchup with the Bengals, fell short after 4 quarters. If the Bengals are playing well, Henry might not be running as much. Lamar may be throwing more. That's not a great write-up. I'm not going to lie, guys. Not a lot of data there, so we'll move on. Chase Brown under 58.5. So Zach Moss is hurt, so I can see possibly is Chase Brown going to have a huge game. He's probably going to be the bell cow. Ran for 120 yards last week. But he's only averaging 62.5 yards per game. And the Ravens, guys, have not allowed someone to rush for over 60 yards in like the last 7 weeks. So the Ravens are a pass funnel, guys. And this is how we dive into our research, okay? So we want to look at a defense. Is it a good rush defense? Is it a good pass defense? And you can find advantages there. So let's look at NFL defensive rankings 2024. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to look at the pass defense and the rush defense for the Bengals and for the Ravens, and that's going to help me figure out who to play tonight. So, rush defense. Okay, guys, look. Ravens have the first ranked rush defense in the NFL. First ranked in the NFL. Now, when you look at their pass defense, what am I looking at here? Pass defense, the Ravens are... Holy crap, guys. Holy crap. They are 32nd in the league in pass defense, and they are first in the league in rush defense. Okay? That is what we call a pass funnel. It means you can on them, but you can pass on them because they are the worst pass defense in the NFL, guys. And they're the best rush defense in the NFL. So, what does that tell me? The Bengals are not going to run the ball against the Ravens, right? They're going to go to the Ravens' weaknesses, which is passing the ball against them, all right? It's a good thing we know that, okay? So that makes sense. That's why Chase Brown is likely to go under 58.5 rushing yards. Las Sivas under 2.5 receptions. I don't even know who this guy is, and that's why the player prop shop is great. So let's see what's up. I'm just reading it. Okay, so he scored 3 touchdowns in his first 3 games, but he's only got in the end zone once since then. His involvement has dropped. He's reached 3 or more receptions only 2 times this whole season, guys, and it was in the first 3 games. So this guy has not had 3 receptions in like 6 weeks. It's a great bet to take the under. They got Andrews anytime touchdown scorer. I mean, I don't like playing anytime touchdowns personally. I think they're too risky, but I do know that he has a good chance, guys. The Bengals don't have a great pass defense either, and he's the only tight end tonight because of injury, so he's going to be number 1 tight end. So if you look in the last game, Isaiah Likely put up 3 for 13 and 2 touchdowns against the Bengals defense. Likely's not playing today, guys. Andrews went 4 receptions for 55 yards against the Bengals last time they played. And now Likely is not playing, guys. So I believe, and I'm still not going to take this anytime touchdown because I just don't like to, but I believe Mark Andrews has a big game today, guys. Jamar Chase over Ravens have, again, they're the worst pass defense in the NFL. Jamar Chase is one of the best receivers in the NFL. They're allowing 187.6 yards per game. Last time they played, Chase had 10 catches for 193 yards and 2 touchdowns, guys. This is kind of a no-brainer if you want to take that. And I would even look at, we can go back over here and we can look at Jamar Chase as potentially being our rocket boost of the day, right? We have to pick a rocket boost, guys. So this is his normal receiving line is 84.5. His boosted receiving line is 115, which is a huge line, guys. But how many times has Jamar Chase gone over this line anyway? Probably a lot. Let's look. So this is another website I like, guys. It's called footballguys.com. And I use this for my research a lot. I don't have any affiliation with them. I'm just giving them a free shout out because I really like these guys. And they give away their information for free. So we can go here. We're going to look at game logs for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we're going to look at Jamar Chase and see how many times. So we need him over 115 yards as our rocket boost. So let's see. Jamar Chase. No, no, yes. No, yes. No, 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 no. So it doesn't look great. I mean, he had 193 yards last time against the Bengals. He had 118 yards against the the Commanders. But those are the only 2 times he's gone over 100 yards, guys. So I do not believe Jamar Chase is going to be our rocket boost player for today. All right, boys. So we do not like Jamar Chase to be our rocket boost. I would consider playing him over 85, over 84.5. But the problem is, I mean, he's hit it a couple times, and game logs aren't everything, guys. Matchups and opportunity are really the most important. So another thing we can look at is targets. I'm sure he has a ton. So he has 70 targets. He's had 11 targets in each of the last 2 games. So I would be confident taking Chase over 84.5 today, but I would not be super confident at 115. That's just too high. So let's keep it moving. Zay Flowers over 60 yards. I don't think that's even available anymore. Let me look. There's no way Zay is only at 60 yards. 62.5. So that's extremely low for Zay Flowers. His rocket boost is 97.5. Let's go ahead and do some more research. In their first matchup, he went 7 catches for 111 yards, and he had, let's see how many targets he had. He had, it's not going to tell me. Hold on. All right, so in their first matchup, Zay had 7. Why is it not telling me? Okay, week 5. So we're looking at week 5 target. So he had 12 targets against them in their first matchup, and he went absolutely crazy. There's been so many times, though, that I've seen a game go a certain way the first time 2 teams play, and then it goes completely opposite direction when they play the second time. So I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not predicting this, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a pretty low-scoring game tonight without nearly as many yards and catches as last game. Because if you look, man, everybody went crazy the first time they played. The score was 41-38. Lamar threw 42 passes for 348 yards. Burrow threw 39 passes for 392 yards. Burrow's number 1 receiver had 193 receiving yards. Lamar's number 1 receiver had 111 receiving yards. Guys, everybody's going to jump on this game and be like, oh, it's going to explode again. You're hearing it here first, guys. I would be cautious because I don't believe it's going to go crazy again. I just don't. And I could be wrong, obviously. So I do like Zay, guys. I like Zay a lot. I'm going to throw Zay in there. 62.5 regular, 97.5. Do we want him to be our rocket? That is the question. So let's go back to the game logs. We need him to get 98 yards. Let's see how many times he's done that this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So listen, this is our rocket, guys. Look. Well, actually, let's check the Bengals defense first. But Zay's gone over this line 5 times this year. and 4 out of his last 5 games, which is crazy for a rocket boost. That's not supposed to happen. So that is very high value right there. Let's look at the Bengals pass defense, and we're going to see. All right, so the Bengals are ranked 17th in pass defense, middle of the pack. All right, so we're going to take Zay, guys. I like Zay as our rocket boost because I think the Bengals are going to score a lot. I think the Ravens are going to have to throw to catch up a lot, and there we go. All right, so we're locking in Zay Flowers over 97.5 yards as our rocket boost. Let's go back to the player prop shop, see what else they got. Joe Burrow over 35.5 pass attempts. Guys, remember, if you want to get your own subscription to the player prop shop, go to theplayerpropshop.com. The link is in the description. If you purchase through my link, you help me as a creator. $19.99 a month, guys, and you're getting over 600 write-ups a month, 30 to 50 write-ups a day. Hop on the player prop shop. It's the best tool I've ever found. So, Joe Burrow over 35.5. Cincinnati's a 6-point underdog on the road, which means they're going to be throwing to catch up, is what Vegas believes. In week 5 against the Ravens, he threw 39 passes. Burrow's gone over this line in 5 out of 9 games this season, including back-to-back, and 3 of 4 without Higgins. The Ravens have allowed 38 pass attempts per game. So, guys, this is a great line as well. I'm not going to go through all these on the player prop shop because I don't have time, guys. They post way too many. But I do like Gesicki as well because, like they just mentioned, T. Higgins is out tonight, guys. And when T. Higgins is out, Gesicki acts as the number 2 receiver, which is huge because, again, Ravens have the worst pass defense in the NFL. So this guy can play. Okay, in the last 3 games without Higgins, Gesicki's racked up 91, 73, and 100 yards. 100 yards, guys. So we go on better. Let's look at Gesicki right here. He only needs 53.5. I would even consider making him a rocket boost if I didn't already do it. I like Gesicki to easily go over 54 yards tonight, guys. I'm not going to play him in this lineup because I've already put him in a couple other lineups and I want to have some more variation. But if I'm you guys and I'm making new builds, I'm putting Gesicki in my lineup at 53.5. Or I would give him a chance as my rocket boost as 81 yards. I think he has a great chance. Let's move on. Lamar over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Last time the teams played, Lamar threw for 4 touchdowns, picked apart the Bengals. He's thrown 2 or more touchdowns in 3 games straight for 10 total in that period with 15 touchdown passes over his last 5 games, which is an average of 3 per game, which is absurd. He has the best touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL. So that's fine if you want to play that. I don't think there's a ton of value there because I think the Ravens can run the ball in easily. So it could go either way. He could definitely hit it. He might not hit it. I like to try to find value. So that's what we got, guys, on the player prop shop. And then they obviously have a bunch of plays for the Sunday games already up. So that's the player prop shop. If you look, they have all these sports, NBA. They got fresh NBA plays up every single day if you love the NBA. So check it out if you guys want to give it a try. Again, link is in the description. Moving on, guys. So look, we're building our lineup still. Right now, we just have Flowers as our rocket boost. Now let's go back and figure out who else we want. So you have to have at least one player from each team. So let's go ahead and get our Bengals player locked in. Chase over 84.5. We already looked at that. I think it's good. I think we can do better though. Chase Brown, guys, this one's interesting. So like we talked about earlier, the Bengals have the number 1 rush defense in the NFL. We can look at these Ravens games. I like to do this too when I'm doing my research. I like to go to previous games. And I like to see what the last few running backs have done against a certain team, right? So we're looking at the Ravens. So they played the Broncos last time. Let's see how that went down. We had Javonte Williams. He rushed for 42 yards. Before that, the Ravens played the Browns with Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb had 52 yards. Before that, the Ravens played the Buccaneers. Rashad White had 40 yards. Before that, the Ravens played the Commanders. Jaden Daniels was their leading rusher with 22 yards. So you get the point, guys. You cannot run on the Ravens. Last game, Brown had 46 rushing yards against the Ravens. That's not going to get it done. So let's go ahead and take Chase Brown under 57.5. So when we build an entry, guys, we want to have like as much correlation as possible, right? So we have Zay Flowers rushing. We have Zay Flowers over his receiving total, right? If Zay is having a great game, that means that Lamar is having a great game passing the ball, which tells us Henry is probably not going to have a great game rushing the ball. He definitely could, but when you're talking about correlation, if a team's passing game is going really well, they're not going to be racking up as many rushing yards, right? So let's look at Derrick Henry under, which is scary. I get it. He could break a big one. But let's look at Henry's game logs. I know he's been going absolutely crazy this year, so let's see. 46, 84, 151, 199, 92, 132, 169, 73, 106. Holy crap, boys. I am not taking Derrick Henry under. I am not taking Derrick Henry under 91. Let's see how the Bengals D rush defense is. Yeah, Henry under 91 is crazy, guys. I'm either going to leave it alone or I'm going to take the over. All right, so Bengals rush defense is ranked 18th in the league. They're giving up 130 yards per game on average. So we could honestly look at 90 yards for Henry. I'd rather not, though, just because, again, the correlation. Let's take a look. Somebody I'm really interested today is this Kohler. Okay, because, again, Isaiah Likely is out, right? So when we're looking at this, look how much production Isaiah Likely had. Last week before he was hurt, he had 4 catches for 47, 2 for 17, 2 for 27, 3 for 13, 1 for 26. So Kolar is taking Likely's spot, and Andrews is now moving back up to the number 1 spot where he used to be before Likely kind of took over. So this dude needs 16 yards. Likely got 16 yards in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. So why can't Kohler get 16 yards when he steps up for Likely? I like Kohler tonight, guys. Also, when you look at the Bengals pass defense, it's not great. And yeah, so I would rock with Kohler or Andrews. I think either of them is a great play. I mean, maybe we rock with Andrews because he's going to be getting so many looks. He already got a lot of looks with Likely in the game. Now that Likely's out, 26. So last week was clearly weird for Ravens tight ends. I mean, Andrews only had 26 yards. Kohler had 0. But the weeks prior to that, Andrews had 36. Likely had 47. So that's over 80 yards. Andrews had 41. Likely had 17. That's 57. Kohler had 14. That's 65. Week 6, 66 and 27. That's over 90 yards. So they like to throw to their tight ends. Let's go ahead and take Andrews over Kohler just because obviously he's a trusted target for Lamar. I think Kohler goes over. I have both of these guys in one of my lineups. I think Kohler goes over, but you're never positive how much work he's going to get, especially if the running game is going well. Zay Flowers is doing well and Andrews is doing well. Maybe they don't need Kohler, but also maybe they just find him one time and he goes over 17 yards. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and put Andrews in this lineup, guys. I like that. So we have 3 right now. We have 3 plays in right now, guys. And on Better Fantasy with that rocket boost, it's going to pay out 10x. So if I bet $10, I'm going to make $100. But I kind of want to throw one more play in there. Let's go back and let's put in Gesicki. Let's put Gesicki back in there. I like him over 53 yards. I think it's an absolute lock, guys. So this is now a 20x lineup instead of a 5x lineup because I've added a rocket boost and I've added Chiseki. So we have two receivers from the Ravens. Now, if Better Fantasy allowed it, I would 100% add in Lamar Jackson over passing yards because that correlation is super strong with a quarterback and his pass catchers. But I cannot do that on Better Fantasy, so we're just going to take the receivers. And then on the other side, we have Brown under 57.5 because nobody can rush against the Ravens. Yes, Brown had a great week last week, as you can see here. But I'm not scared of that because, so last week he rushed, they gave him the ball 27 times for 120 yards against the Raiders. But let's see why. What's the Raiders' rush defense look like? Right here. Also picked up a running back. I forget who it is. They picked up a veteran running back. So he's going to lose some carries tonight anyway. And they're not going to give him the ball 27 times because he's going to run into a brick wall every time he gets the ball. So we got Brown under rushing, Chiseki over receiving because I think the Bengals are going to be playing catch up, which means they're not going to be running the ball. They're going to be passing it. And Chiseki is going to be a great safety net and he's going to light it up. If you guys need Better Fantasy, they will double your deposit right now with promo code Goldmine. The link is in the description. They're going to double your deposit. They're also going to give you a free square for Joe Burrow tonight where he needs one passing yard and you win. All right, let's go ahead and lock this in, boys. I'm going to put $25 down on it to pay $500. And yeah, let's win $500. So we're going to go ahead and lock that in. $25 to pay 500 smackers, guys. I'm excited about it. Again, if you guys need the player prop shop, it's my favorite research tool out there. Link is in the description. You're going to get a subscription for $19.99 a month with code Let's Win. If you need a Better Fantasy account, please make sure to click the link in my description. Sign up with my promo code Goldmine. They're going to give you a $200 deposit bonus and a free square for Joe Burrow. It's a free win. He needs one passing yard. Obviously, he's going to get that. Let's go, boys. Let's have an amazing Thursday night. Those of you that stuck it out to the end, I appreciate you guys. Let's have a good night, boys.